Hello my friends, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Lindsay from Treehouse Schoolhouse, and today we're going to be chatting all about morning time. I'm going to tell you what it is, why you might want to incorporate it in your home education, and how. Let's jump in. So first of all, what is morning time? Morning time, you might have heard it also called morning collective, morning basket, together time, circle time. Families like to use lots of different phrases for the same idea. So what it essentially is, it's very simple. It's a time in your daily rhythm where you bring all of your children together and you cover the subjects that all of your children can do together, from your youngest child to your oldest child. And so it's a really beautiful way to start your day, and you can even do it in your living room, on your back porch. You might want to do it around your breakfast table while you're eating breakfast. So I'm just going to tell you what some of those subjects might be. What the list that I'm about to share is not exactly what we're doing. I'm going to show you exactly how we are doing morning time this school year in just a minute with my 3-year-old, my 6-year-old, and my 8-year-old, and my 1-year-old tag along. But some of the subjects that you might see done in morning time together all at once are weather and calendar skills, especially if you have younger learners, Bible, scripture memory, character training, poetry, art study, folk songs, composer study. Sometimes I even see families doing handcrafts during this time where the mother is reading and the children are knitting or painting or something like that. And then I also sometimes see history, science, and nature study done in this setting, especially if you have children in close enough age that you can do that. Now, in my family, we do family style learning for almost everything. So we don't do all of our subjects in morning time. We do a little bit of them, we take a break, we do some individual studies, and then we do more together studies. And I'll share about that in just a minute. The last thing I often see is read alouds. So chapter books, anything like that. Now, what I love about morning time when I'm planning my school year is it is the place that I throw in anything extra that's maybe not in my plan for the year that I see pop up either on Instagram or on a blog. I'm like, oh man, I really like that resource, but I don't really know where to put it. I throw it in my morning time basket, and which looks like this. And I will do that for a short time, and then when we're finished with it, I might add something new. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how we do morning time and the resources that we use. And the first thing that we always start with is the traceable calendar and weather chart from my shop. So let me show you that. This is a restaurant menu cover. This is what it looks like when you purchase it. And we just slide our papers in. I like to get the one with 4 pages, which means you can put 8 sheets in there. And so the first thing we always do is our traceable monthly calendar. These are in my shop. So we're going to pretend like today is October 4th. So what my child will do is trace the date, the month, the year, every day up to today, and then they circle it. And that helps them get a visual for the calendar. And then we move over to our date and time chart. And my kids really love this, and I have seen that their skills have grown a lot since using this. So we're going to pretend like it's Monday. So they circle it, October, and then they write the full date. So usually I write the date on our chalkboard and they copy it, or they just copy it from here and here. So today is Monday, October 4th, 2021, and then they'll say, Mom, what time is it? Oh, it's 9:20. So then they do their clocks, which has been amazing practice. They write it here, and they circle AM, PM. When they're finished with that, we move over to our weather chart, and this is also from my shop. All of this is in the morning time bundle, these 4 sheets. So they circle what the weather's like, what the wind is like, and then they ask for the moon phase. And I have a sheet that I show them, and they'll say, oh, it's a half moon. And so they'll color it in. Sometimes they'll write that here. usually just look that up on my phone. What is the moon phase today? And you can find that out. And then I look up the weather report and I tell them, oh, the high is 72 and the low is 56. So they'll write that there, and then over here, they will, this has helped them so much for math. So they will color this in and color this in. After that, they look over here at their clothing options, and they circle what they would probably wear, what they'll be wearing that day, or maybe what they are wearing. After that, we move into our beauty subjects. So after we do our calendar and our weather, then we go into our beauty subjects that are going to be covered in morning time. And this year I'm using Treehouse Nature Study for the majority of our morning time. And so we always start off with our folk song. And in Treehouse Nature Study, there is a playlist on Spotify. So I'll go to the song and we'll read the lyrics and sing along. And then we go into our hand rhyme, which is on here on YouTube. You can watch the hand rhymes. If you're using this study or you're not, you can watch those hand rhymes in your morning time this year. And so we'll all do the hand rhyme together. And my little 3-year-old, he absolutely loves this. It's such a fun way to get him involved. So the big kids, they read along and do the hand motions as well, as that they really love it too. My 3-year-old especially loves it. So we do the hand rhyme. And next we go over our poetry. And then we do our picture study. So I'm going to show you now what those pieces look like in my morning time menu and exactly how we do the poetry and the picture study. So first is our folk song. And the folk song for deciduous trees is called Many Pretty Trees All Around the World by Ella Jenkins. I will click over to the song on Spotify and my children will sing along to the lyrics here on this sheet. They'll all have one of these and be singing along with the song. We might throw in some instruments. After that, we will go over to our hand rhyme. And on the hand rhyme, I have the lyrics and the motion. So we may click over to the YouTube video, or we may just follow along here and sing our hand rhyme. Then we will go over here to poetry. And depending on the day, you can see here on the lesson plan for Treehouse Nature Study, each day has a different prompt of what to do with the poem. So let's just stick with pretending that it is Monday, the 4th. So we're going to read the poem aloud. We're going to discuss any unknown words or meanings for our poem that day. Then we're going to go over here to our picture study, So Beautiful by Vincent van Gogh. And on our lesson plan here, I will tell them what we're doing that day. We're going to introduce the picture, the title, and the artist, and I'm going to play Hide and Describe, which is an observation game that is explained in the introduction of Treehouse Nature Study. So what we would do with that is I would say, okay, everyone, I want you to look at your picture for 3 minutes, try to get all the details, and now let's talk about what you remember when we hide the picture. And so that is what we will do for our Treehouse Nature Study portion of morning time. All of that will only take maybe 15 minutes, and then we will transition to book basket. So after we complete all of our beauty subjects there in our morning time menu, then it's time to read. And so this is the time where we usually move from the table and we go to the couch, and I pull some books from the Treehouse Nature Study fiction book list because I want them to be the books that my 3-year-old will want to read. So for example, on Apples Week, we would be reading How to Make an Apple Pie and See the World. And so I might grab that book that day, and I might grab 1 or 2 books from that list, and then I usually will grab 1 book from a classic book list that I really just want my children to know these stories, or from some treasuries. So just a few that I have here in my book basket that I'll show you. And lastly, we will do our book basket. So after we complete the books in the basket that are for the week of Treehouse Nature Study, then I will read a few stories from a treasury or just some classic books that I really want, especially my 3-year-old to be hearing. And I'm going to link below two blog posts I've written in the past. One is my favorite book lists for preschool and elementary, and the other one is my favorite poetry and treasury books. So you can check those blog posts out. Those will hopefully help you build a library for your children this year, and that will complete our morning time. So after we read and cuddle, we might add in a couple of other things that I see on Instagram that I want to throw into our school day, or we may be finished. We'll take a little break, and then we will convene with individual lessons and more of our together lessons for history and for nature study in our school area. So that is just how we are doing morning time this year. There are so many ways to do morning time, so many beautiful, rich things that you can add into your morning time. I just wanted to share ours so that that would maybe be a launching pad for you to figure out yours. I hope that was helpful for you. If you enjoyed it, definitely make sure that you like it, subscribe it so that you won't miss any future videos from Treehouse Schoolhouse.